Milwaukee, where this family, I'm actually gonna read it because it's such a wild story. Alien family. Let's see if I can find the article. But how the little green men phenomenon began in Kentucky. Okay, the picture is ridiculous. It's got a big head. The ears are like huge, little antennas, big bulgy eyes, kind of a wienerish nose, and long arms with talons at the end. This thing's freaky. It looks like it got suction cup feet too. It's so strange. Alright, so and then the small metallic humanoids impervious to bullets. They were shooting at this thing with bullets, and it was just not hitting it. It would just drop. Oh, these things are weird. But if I saw this, I'd be fucking terrified. So according to accounts given to the police at about 7 p.m. on the hot Sunday evening, Sutton family friend Billy Ray Taylor was fetching water from the backyard. How long is this? It's not too long. Fetching water from the backyard well when he saw a silvery object, real bright, with an exhaust all the colors of the rainbow. A silvery object, real bright, with an exhaust all the colors of the rainbow. That's wild. What does that even mean? As he later recounted, it came silently towards the house, passed over, stopped in the air, and then dropped straight to the ground. Like, does that sound... Look, if this was the government or our technology, why is it doing this in Kentucky, in a random spot? Makes no sense. Taylor, 21, and his 18-year-old wife, kind of young. I can't imagine being married right now. Oh, jeez. Come from Pennsylvania to visit Lucky Sutton. Alright, just giving us background on who these people are. Alright, an hour later, alerted by the dog's incessant barking, Lucky's too basic of a dog's name. They gotta get more creative. Like, I think Titan. Titan's a pretty cool dog name. I'd go with Titan. Or I kind of always wondered, like, if I named my kid, like, Chilangus. And we could just call him Chill. Like Chill Cunningham. Sounds like a pretty good name. But I don't think I'd want to do that to my kid. It's kind of cruel. There's maybe Bolt. Bolt for a kid? Is that weird? Like Zeus? Maybe you could call him Zeus on the side. What's up, Zeus? I like Chilangus. It's good chill. I think my wife will kill me if I name my kid. I think my parents would kill me if I named my kid Chilangus. Back to Lucky the dog. Lucky and Billy Ray went to the back. Billy Ray Cyrus? No. Went to the back door and made out a strange glow, in the midst of which they spied a small humanoid creature. Another thing is about the humanoid, how it's human-like, is weird. Because all these things, this is another theory. I don't know if I really believe this one. That this is one I used to believe. Like, I think I made it up. Or I don't know where it came from, but I used to believe it. That these creatures, or some of them, because there's different types of aliens that come here too. If we think one type of alien, because there's different UFO ships that are flying around. Like, there's the triangle ones, and then the disc ones that we all know, or the weird, like, donut ones. There's many different types, so it could be different too. Different species that are coming here. But like it's weird because some of them are humanoid, like, but it looks like us if we evolved further. So if we go down this technology trend, which it seems like we're going, putting these fucking Neuralinks in our head, we're gonna, our brains are gonna get bigger, right? Our eyes are gonna get bigger to perceive the environment more. Our mouths are gonna get smaller because we're not gonna talk anymore because we don't need to. We're going to communicate telepathically with our minds, and our bodies are going to get weaker because we're not going to have to work anymore. Like, we're not going to have to do manual labor. We've been seeing for hundreds of years our bodies have been getting smaller and smaller because we don't do the manual labor. We don't need to jump around trees anymore. And just think another million years, if we're like the Wall-E universe, like, we're not going to be doing shit. All the machines are going to be doing the hard work. We're going to lose our body mass. And that's why in all these encounters, like the Trevor, he was like the one that's best documented. There's a movie called like Ray of Fire or something. I don't know if it's called Ray of Fire, but he was on Rogan and he gave his description. Like he was reported missing for 3 days, but whatever. That's another story. But what I'm trying to say, he hit one of the aliens like to push him because he woke up in their fucking ship, and the aliens just like fell back. He's like, oh, that was way lighter than I thought they would. But it could just be humans evolved and they found a way to time travel. This is like getting a little kooky. I'll give you that. It's getting a little kooky. But if we did find out time travel, then they could come back. I don't know how they do it, but if they can go faster than the speed of light, I think they might be able to figure out how to go back in time. You could kind of like bend it and just hop back. I don't know. Could be. Probably not. But cool to think about. But the more realistic that they're just from somewhere else. That was a little non sequitur. But Lucky and Billy Ray went to the back door and made out a strange glow, in the midst of which they spied a small humanoid creature, about 3.5 feet tall. It had an oversized head, almost perfectly round. Its arms extended almost to the ground. Its hands, it had talons, and its oversized eyes glowed with a yellowish light. That's fucking terrifying. The body gave off an eerie shimmer in the light of the night's new moon. They said as if made of silver metal. That's weird. History.com, they got some great writers. Terrified, the two men grabbed a 20-gauge shotgun and a .22 rifle and fired at the little man. Its hands now raised as if held up at gunpoint. Oh my gosh. So it understands human tendencies too. As it came towards the back door, they reported that it then did a flip. What? What the fuck? They reported that it did a flip, scrambled upright, and fled. What the fuck? All right. This is easy to look over, and I've read this before. I'd never even noticed that. So this alien's got its hands up. It's 3 feet tall. It's walking to these guys, pointing a gun at it. It does a fucking flip. And then it runs into the darkness. What? That is ridiculous. This alien's like, I'm going to fuck with these idiots. It does a flip, and then it runs away. All right, shortly after, the men saw a similar creature appear in a side window. Oh, these things are just fucking with it. And fired through the window screen. Yeah, I'd shoot through the window screen too. Still why can't I say this word? Impervious to bullets. The little man again flipped, then disappeared. So it's doing flips and then running away. Oh my gosh. I went out into the hallway and crouched down next to Billy when I saw one approaching at the door. Miss Langford. It looked like a 5-gallon gasoline can with a head on top and small legs. That's an interesting comparison. It was shimmering bright metal like on my refrigerator. I think there's more to the story too. Oh, the drama escalated when Taylor stepped outside under the... Why would you go outside after this? Under the small overhanging roof, and those behind him saw a claw-like hand reach down and touch his hair. What the fuck? This is traumatic. The group screamed and pulled Taylor back while Lucky shot above the overhang and then at another similar creature in a nearby... Oh, so there's a bunch of them in a nearby tree. It floated to the ground and then scurried into the woods. So it's defying our gravity, too. That's great. The Suttons moved inside and spent several hours listening for movements, hearing mostly occasional scratches on the roof. At 11 p.m., the whole group ran for the cars and hightailed it to the Hopkinsville police station at top speed. See, this makes sense. I would also go to the police. Like, this stuff lines up. After the local police chief called for backup, his team was joined at the Sutton farm by state police, military police from nearby Fort Campbell, and a photographer, blah, blah, blah. Okay, the investigators found gun shells, but no other evidence. Neither could they find proof of heavy drinking. So they weren't drunk. According to the Sutton matriarch, liquor was not allowed in the farmhouse. All right, so they're sober, and this happened. Once the police and others left, though, the creatures returned between 2:30 and daybreak. Oh my gosh, man. Miss Langford said she saw one glowing repeatedly by her bedside window, its claw-like hand on the screen. How the fuck do you sleep with that thing there? It actually kind of looks like Baby Yoda. That's another thing that I find interesting that I'll talk about later. Oh my gosh. In the following days after radio stations and newspapers, including the New York Times, reported on the incident, hundreds of curiosity seekers descended on the farm, often ridiculing the sons as ignorant and fraudulent. This is exactly what I was saying before. People think you're fucking crazy, so why would you even come out with a story like this? This is I don't know if this was done purposefully, but I think it was a genius way to make people turn a blind eye to aliens. It's genius. Yeah, and like we think our government's not smart. They know how to fucking manipulate people. There's manipulation government. I forgot which organization was doing it, but there's government. It's all there's literally a guide sheet that tells you, that teaches people what to do. I forgot who's using it though. But you just look throughout history. Our government knows how to do this stuff. This wouldn't be the first. Okay, I'm pretty sure they come again. The aliens. The day after the incident, police investigators returned to the farmhouse searching for evidence of a saucer landing, footprints, blood trails, blah, 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 blah. They found nothing. Okay. Dude, something... I know they come back again. Boom, 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 boom. I'm trying to read this quick. Yeah, but I think that's a story. If you want to read more about it, it's on history.com. It's called How the Little Green Men Phenomenon Began on a Kentucky Farmhouse. Thank you, Volker Jansen, for writing that article. Very, very nice.